There are moments in history that tear at the soul of a nation and leave its heart in tatters. Sunday night was one of them. 15 people were murdered while celebrating Hanukkah at one of Australia's most iconic beaches. Bondi Beach, a symbol of sunshine, freedom and carefree Australian life, is now stained by terror. And the most devastating truth of all, this was no surprise. For years, the Jewish community warned this would happen. We pleaded and we begged authorities to take rising anti-Semitism seriously. After October 7, when Hamas terrorists butchered 1,200 people in Israel, the hatred here in Australia, just like around the world, exploded. 2 days later, Jews were threatened outside the Sydney Opera House while terrorists were being celebrated. Now, this should have been the wake-up call. It wasn't. Instead, graffiti turned into vandalism. Vandalism turned into synagogue attacks. Incitement turned into violence. And all this while authorities failed to take these growing threats seriously, allowing incitement to flourish. And as a result of the incitement, well, we saw the results at the weekend. Today, many people say Australia doesn't feel like Australia anymore, and they're right. Something is broken. The failure of government, both federal and state, to act on clear warnings, even ignoring the recommendations of its own Antisemitism Envoy, created the conditions for this attack. And yes, it was made worse when Australia chose to unfairly target Israel, even as Israel fought the same terror ideology that struck Bondi. And the parallels with October 7, well, they cannot be ignored. Just as Jews were murdered celebrating a Jewish festival, so were Israelis murdered, also celebrating a Jewish holiday. This attack is deeply personal. Many victims were known to us. My own parents were at the festival, but had left shortly before the shooting began. A number of the victims were elderly too, who couldn't even run. But this wasn't just an attack on Jews. It was an attack on Australia. The scenes we saw last night were like something from France or Belgium or Germany. In Australia, the distance no longer protects us and the oceans no longer shield us. This is exactly what globalized the Intifada looks like. It's not a call for peace or freedom, but a call for violence and oppression. And it does not end with people singing songs of coexistence and then going home. It ends with bullet-ridden bodies lying on the beachfront that will never go home. On Sunday night was the first night of Hanukkah, a 2,200-year-old festival of resistance. The Maccabees stood up to those who tried to erase Jewish life, and they beat them. Today, Jews face the same hatred, and the response is the same. We light the candles, we stand proud, we refuse to disappear. The Jewish community is hurting right now, but our identity will not be erased. Not by terror, not by intimidation, not here and not anywhere. Because even in the darkest of moments, we still choose the light.